Hey guys, in this video I'm going to go over the solutions to the problems that I posted in the previous video. Alright, and in the previous video I forgot to say Happy New Year's. So Happy New Year to you. Hopefully 2021 is going to be a great year for you. Alright, now another thing I want to get out of the way is please subscribe to this channel and please like and comment on this video. Okay? Alright, so I'll just go over the solutions. So I'm going to delete everything that I have before. And I'll keep the problem just to remember, right? Remove all that. And we can even remove this. So, right here. All right, let's get started. So let's start with Fibonacci, right? So they are both functions, right? So I'm gonna make two functions, Fibonacci, right? X. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically have an array. I could do recursion, but since I didn't go over in the past video, right, I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to use like DP, or keeping an array, dynamic programming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if x is 0, right, that's this case, then I can just return 0. Right, if x is 1, I can actually do else if x is equal to 1, then just return 1. Right, these are the both base cases. And then now we come to the other cases where we actually have to compute it. So what I'll do is I'll have an array, let base array, or let fib, right, equal 0, 1, right? And then basically and then I'm gonna have a counter, let counter equal 0, 1, yeah, 2. And then while counter is less than x, basically fib dot push, right, fib of counter minus 1 plus fib of counter minus 2. And then counter plus equals 1. All right, and then we just have to return fib of fib dot length. That's how you get, the length of the array, minus 1. Okay, so that should be good. Let's just test it, right? So I'm going to do fib of 2. That should output 1. Run that. Fib is not defined. Oh, Fibonacci. I can change the fib. Right now, Fibonacci is good. Run. All right, 1. All right, that's good. Let's do 3. So that should be 2. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Because fib of 3 is 1 plus 1. Yeah, so that should be right counter. Let's do less than or equal to. Like that. There we go. Okay. Fibonacci is 2. Let's do 4. So that should be 3. Yeah, okay, and it's reasonably working. So yeah, this is how you do Fibonacci, right? Make sure you do handle the base cases, and then else just do your computation. You could have done recursion, but that is outside the scope of the previous video. So yeah, good job if you did recursion. This is something called dynamic programming, by the way, so good exposure to that. So in dynamic programming, what you do is you record the results in like an array or some structure, and you keep on referencing it like before, and it's supposed to make the computation a lot faster, right? So yeah, okay. Now let's do the FizzBuzz problem, right? And like I said before, the FizzBuzz problem is like a really good problem to check. Like recruiters use this problem to check if you're able to write clean code. It's not even like if you got the answer right. It's like, okay, how does he write code? And that is a very, very strict metric that recruiters look at. So be sure to master that. Even when you're coding and you code something like, carelessly, right? Like fix that right away, because, it shows that you're not really a good programmer if you're not putting effort into how your variables are named. Okay, let's do Fibonacci. All right. Or no, FizzBuzz. Okay. So here we go, FizzBuzz. Right. Num. Do that. Okay, so here we go, fizzbuzz num, right? So what we'll do is we'll have an array. Actually, no, let's start array. So let num1 equal 3, let num2 equal 5. And what we'll do is we'll have a for loop for let I equal 0, I is less than or equal to num, and then I plus plus. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have like a string builder. So str builder equals, you know, an empty string. And if I percent, or do we need to include 0? Let me look at the prompt. 1, right? Yes, let's do 1. So if I percent, right, that's how you test the remainder, right? If I percent num1 is equal to 0, then what we can do, we can just add to a string builder. So str builder plus equals fizz. Okay. And another, right, we can do else if I percent num2 equals 0, then you can add buzz to it. Okay, so now know what happens. I put it deliberately this way because let's say we have a number like 15, right? So 15 will have fizz and it'll have buzz in it. So I already know that if str builder is like something other than empty string, then it was either a multiple of 3 or 5 or both. Okay, so check this out, right? If I do if, and then I really want to make sure it's tabbed, like that's something, right? Okay, if str builder is just an empty string, then you can just all output the number console.log I. Okay, and then else it actually is something, so you can just console.log str builder. Okay, now we're good. So let's just test it. And I can just invoke it. I don't even need to do the console.log. So fizzbuzz, let's do 15 just to make sure that it works. Oh, what happened? 3, 1. Something's not right. Oh, you can remove this. Oops. All right. Something's not right. 1 second. 1, 2. Oh, so if it's 3, it should output it fizz, right? And the idea is that every iteration will be empty. So it is right. Let me just check it. Oh, okay, it's because I have an else. So what I can do, I can remove this. Yeah, okay. Let me put this below. And let's run it now. Yeah, okay, there we go. So 1, 2, fizz, 4, buzz, fizz, right? Oh, and then it should have been both. So that's something not right. This should have been fizz buzz because 15, right? So I percent num2. Something's not right. Console.log str builder. I think it's just my loops. All right, let me just take a while to debug this, guys. But it is doing like fizz buzz like correctly, right? So I'm actually not going to make it else if. I think that's the problem. And yeah. Let's try that. There we go. Okay. Now. Yeah. All right. This is pretty good. So yeah, basically like notice how it's like very good and kind of like nice to look at. And basically like I want to highlight this because I can change this to like 4, right? And like it'll still work with it because that's something that recruiters want to see is that like it's adaptable. So make sure you make your code like adaptable. If they give you like an input like 3 or 5, make it like, you know, a let and equals so that you can just change it to that. Okay, and that's basically it, right? So these are the two solutions, right? And always keep in mind to put like clean code, make it like nice to read. And yeah, that's basically your JavaScript warm-up. So now very soon we're going to start coding the To-Do app. So I can't wait to see you then. All right, bye.